What is up YouTube, Galladite74 here, bringing you this week's Mega Evolution video of the week. I am sorry this is going up very late. I have had a lot of work to do today, and I was actually went to the movies with my friends. So, I'm sorry, I apologize for that. But I will get this up tonight, like really late, so you'll probably see this in the morning. But this week's Mega Evolution is going to be an ORAS exclusive. It is going to be Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is a really fun Pokemon to use. Not the most diverse, but it's definitely some Pokemon you can have fun with. It's very simple actually to understand. It's got really cool design in my opinion, like really cool design as you see on the screen here. It's just really fun. Like that's how I describe Beedrill, fun. Regular Beedrill's really bad, but Mega Beedrill's pretty good actually. It can be really used well. So we're just gonna get right into the video. We're gonna start off with its typing. It's a bug poison type, which is a pretty good typing, having being weak to flying, rock, fire, and psychic, which are somewhat common. Fire is pretty common, stealth, rock, flying, and psychic's not too common. And you also get resistances like poison, bug, fairy, and you get 2 quad resistances being grass and fighting. So that's really nice. No immunities, but that's alright. Beedrill's not really looking to be defensive anyway, but you can switch it in on those fighting and grass type moves. Even a stab power whip from like a Ferrothorn won't be doing too much to Beedrill, who is frail as we get into its stats in a couple seconds. But bug poison, kind of common, not too common, but bug and poison, like out of all the dual bug types, poison's one of the most common in the bug ones. Okay, now we're gonna get into its stats. Regular Beedrill stats are absolutely terrible. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Its highest stat is attack, and it's at 90. Doesn't even reach 100, which is not good at all. It's got ED special defense, which isn't too good. It's average. 75 speed's not that good, and 40 defense is not. You can laugh at that. A flame charge will probably knock it out in one hit, like a weak flame charge too. So yeah, regular Beedrill is not really viable. PU tier at most, and even in the PU tier, it's not 100% the best either. But when it Mega Evolves, it gets insane. It loses 30 points in special attack, right? It doesn't even use that. And it gains 60 in attack. That already makes up for its bad attack, but then it gets 70 in speed. No defense buff, so it's still frail as heck. But it gains huge attack and huge speed, so it can definitely become a really fast sweeper, physical sweeper at that point. It doesn't need any more stats. Like, if it takes a hit, it's dead, but that's what it's known for. It can dish out huge amounts of damage now with that huge 150 attack and 145 speed, so you can probably run Adamant, since you're going to be outspeeding most people already with that 145 speed. And you can just have a lot of other options too with its just stats. Its attack stat is what you want. It's Mega Beedrill, and its ability is adaptability. This is one of the best things about Mega Beedrill. It's basically stab moves, bug and poison, which is not the best coverage. It only hits grass, fairy, and another typing I'm probably forgetting at the moment. But it's really dark type. That's what it was. Really good ability. If it's not resisted, it's technically super effective at that point. Then bug and poison being X's or poison jab, Iron X's or poison jab, protect and drill run. It's items to Beedrillite. It's Mega Stone. You can move around with the set a little bit, not too much. U-turn and Fell Stinger options. So if you want a revenge kill with Fell Stinger, get your free Swords Dance. And if you want to be that person, you can get Swords Dance up. It's kind of risky with that terrible defense. What am I talking about? And it's get 252 attack and speed EVs like usual. So Fell Stinger could be used instead of Swords Dance. Don't run those two in the same set. It's not worth it. And it also gets other options like Knockoff, which is, I guess, alright. Roost, Tailwind, and stuff like that. If you want to be supportive or near when it's about to die, you can use Tailwind. And it gets Substitute. If you want to catch people on switches, that's what Swords Dance and Substitute does. It's good switch initiative, or whatever that's called. That's basically all the moves it kind of do. It also gets Pursuit, which is alright. Aerial Ace as well, other moves. It's all around. It's a good physical attacker. It doesn't have the best coverage, but that's one of its not huge, but one of the bigger downsides of Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is the Poison Bee Pokemon. It was introduced in the first generation, Gen 1ers. It's the only regional bug to receive a Mega. So out of all the regional bugs, like those bugs you find on Route 1, when you evolve them, they all evolve and they're kind of weak. But Beedrill's the only one that got a Mega, which is good, but in the future, That might change. We'll see how the future holds for the bug types. Its other abilities are Swarm and Sniper. Sniper is a good ability. Swarm's not really the best. It's like Blaze, Torrent, and Overgrow, but for bug types. Sniper can be used for critical hit moves. I'm pretty sure it does get some critical hit moves. I'm not sure what moves, but I know it does. And it's the lowest level Mega possible, so you can have a level 10 Beedrill. Or, well, technically it's not, because you can hatch an Autonote out of an egg, but besides that, if you like legit catch it without hatching an egg, I'm pretty sure it is the lowest level possible Mega. And it's one of the 4 Megas to not gain defense. I mentioned that earlier with Absol. Beedrill is one of those Pokemon. So yeah, and now we're gonna get into these battles. Getting into these first battles, there's 2 battles obviously, like I always do, but these 2 battles are a little special. Sorry, that was my chair. Compared to the other battles I've done on my Mega shows, well, Mega episodes, whatever they're called. But I start off with the Ditto lead. I like using Ditto. I actually didn't run Choice Scarf Ditto. I ran Leftovers to be a little bulky. I had an idea for a Ditto set, and since, you know, I'm not in the URL, I don't have Ditto, so I'll just give it away. Weakness Policy set, so for the off chance that I live a hit, I can activate Weakness Policy and just sweep. I think it's a pretty good idea, stealing their own Pokemon, as long as I can take the hit, as long as I can. It's that difference between killing it and not. But regardless, the set actually only had Infestation, Stealth Rock, Sticky Web, and Power Split, I believe, or Power Trick. Power Trick, I think it was. But, so I set in Beedrill after setting up both the hazards. Beedrill couldn't really touch this thing. My entire team couldn't touch this thing too much, especially being Ditto into a Shuckle. That wouldn't work out too well. So it was Power. Wasn't paying attention again. Power Trick. Okay. Anyway, okay, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna Mega Evolve here. Like I said, I can't really touch this thing besides the Drill Run. I was kind of going for the Scum critical hit. I know Drill Run's got a high critical hit ratio, so I was kind of hoping for that. My attack isn't doing as much, being that I use Power Trick, and since its attack's literally like 1, it's not gonna do too much. So I'm trapped in with Infestation, which is quite fine. This thing can't hit me either, only with Infestation. So now I'm just going for the Poison as well. I'm just trying to get luck on my side, and obviously you can tell that I'm not getting it at the moment. But as I was saying, like, these 2 battles were way on Battle Spot at least, way better than all my other battles, I think. Especially the next one, you'll see. But it has a quick fall, this Shuckle, which kind of actually surprised me because you don't see a quick fall Shuckle every day. So I'm just going for the critical hit again. There was no point in trying to get the poison. So I know that I think this Shuckle is in range to kill with another Drill Run. So quick fall activates again. There you go for the Infestation, which is fine because that isn't doing anything. Yeah, it's like 3 damage. So yeah, Drill Run's gonna connect here, and I think it's gonna knock out Shuckle, and it does, which is pretty good. Oh wait, I have to go back and I think on the types earlier. I think I forgot to put that resist bug. Yeah, obviously Beedrill resists bug. I don't know if I put that, but if I didn't, I'll have to go back and do that before I publish this video. So they're gonna get caught in the Sticky Web, but since I did, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be faster. I want to switch out to see what they're gonna do. I also want to see what their moveset was. So I had Ditto in the back, obviously. Ditto's really fun Pokemon, kind of gimmicky, but it's fun to use. Take a little Stealth Rock damage on Sticky Web. I transform into the Breloom, and I actually do a good job at avoiding the Spore there, since the Spore does not affect grass types. So I'm gonna get Leftover Recovery for most of that Stealth Rock damage. I see that they have the Toxic Orb, so they are a Poison Heal set. I go for the Seed Bomb because they have Seed Bomb, Focus Punch, Spore, and as you see here, their last move which is Stone Edge, which I could have gone for, predicting their last Pokemon, because I didn't know who their last Pokemon was at the moment, but it is weak to the Stone Edge. So I'm going to get a little more Leftover Recovery. They can't do anything to me, I can't do anything to them. I probably would lose to the Star War, considering they have healing, like better healing, and I have lower HP. But they do end up switching out, going to Togekiss, which is their last Pokemon. I actually continued here to go for the Seed Bomb because I didn't want to miss any of my moves. So this is probably not going to do too much, which it doesn't do too much at all. So I get a little more Leftover for recovery. I decided like I didn't really need Ditto quite as much anymore. They actually go for the Thunder Wave, which is kind of shocking because I wasn't planning on switching. I thought they were just going to kill me with an Air Slash. I go for the Stone Edge, and of course it misses. Why wouldn't it? I get a little Leftover recovery, but it doesn't matter. I'm paralyzed. It's gonna have Air Slash, which almost every Togekiss ever does. So yeah, it goes for Air Slash, and it's absolutely gonna one-shot Breloom because it's 4 times effective. Yeah. So I just go back out into Beedrill. I switched out earlier because I know I could take the Stealth Rock damage coming in since I'm weak to Rock types, which is one of the disadvantages of Beedrill. So I go for the Poison Jab. I know I can finish it off, and I actually didn't know if Poison Heal Pokemon were immune to Poison, since the only Pokemon I ever know that has it is Gliscor, and who would use a Poison type move on a Gliscor? So I actually had to look this up, and I took a long time on this turn. I'm sure the opponent wasn't happy with me. They take some Stealth Rock damage and Sticky Web, so I will be faster. So I found out that it's not immune, so it's super effective, and Poison Jab's gonna knock it out. So that was the first battle. I was very happy about how that turned out. Excuse me. But yeah. Getting into the second battle, this battle was personally more interesting for me. It was very fun. I even remember like doing this battle. I was like not screaming, but I was like in shock and just oh yeah, you'll see. So it's the same team. I like to run the same team. Try it out a couple times in different ways. So I set up a Ditto. They started with Hippowdon. Sandstream. My Sandstream actually activates first, which is funny. So their moveset was the standard Hippowdon. It was Yawn, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, and Slack Off. I believe that's what it was. So I couldn't really touch the thing. I didn't want to take any Stealth Rock damage, so I sent in Weavile. However, they go for the Yawn, which was a good play on them. So I can't stay in unless I want to go to sleep and eat an Earthquake, which Weavile cannot do for its life. So I decided just to switch back out because I didn't want to fall asleep. I took a little Sandstorm damage, but that doesn't really matter. Ditto comes back in just basically to transform into Hippowdon. I was assuming they were going to go for either another Yawn or the Stealth Rock, which they ended up going for the Stealth Rock, which is fine with me. They can get the, well, not really, because Weavile and Beedrill are both weak to Stealth Rock. So I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks up because I can. They go for the Roar. It was actually Roar, not Slack Off, my bad. Most Hippowdons run Slack Off, but some do run Roar as well. I run Slack Off more, that's why I thought about that. So I think this was the biggest mistake of the entire match for me. I took some Sandstorm damage and Stealth Rock. They actually switch, and I should have expected that and just went straight for the Ice Punch. I actually went for the Fake Out though. And I know Fake Out, since Excadrill is a Steel type, won't be doing anything. And another mistake I made is that I wasn't paying attention to its ability. Its ability was Mold Breaker, and I thought it was Sand Rush. So, and a Sand Rush Excadrill is faster than Weavile, my Weavile. So I decided to switch out here, which was a big mistake, since it has Mold Breaker, and I know I could probably take it out with Ice Punch, and if I couldn't, I could come in with Beedrill and Revenge Kill it with like a Troll Run or something like that. So I decided to transform and steal its moveset. It kind of had a wackier moveset than Hippowdon. It had Rock Slide. It didn't have a Steel type move, but I think it had Earthquake, Rock Slide, Rock Tomb, and a fourth move, which I'm not remembering off the top of my head. So they go for Rock Slide. It's not doing anything because I'm Steel and Ground type now. Get a little leftover recovery. They decided to switch out here, which kind of shocked me, but it didn't since I had Earthquake, and I was probably going to be faster. It's usually a Speed tie, which I don't really like Speed ties, which is why people usually run Choice Scarf Ditto, so you can be faster. I decided to run leftovers for this set. So I decided to just get some damage off. I didn't really care at this point. I needed to get damage on the Hippowdon. So I decided to go for the Earthquake here, and it does some damage. And I get a little leftover recovery. They get their leftover recovery too. However, I know Weavile can kill this thing with an Ice Punch. I decided to go for a second Earthquake. I'm just basically trying to sack off Ditto at this point while getting the most damage I can possibly get out of it. So yeah, there they go. They used their Earthquake, and that is just going to demolish Ditto, Excadrill, whatever. So more Sandstorm goes away. I'm trying to just not deal with the Sandstorm because Sandstorm damage is kind of annoying. So yeah, they get their leftovers recovery. I send Weavile one more time. Beedrill can't really do anything to this thing since none of its moves are super effective. Weavile's pressure, not really a big deal. They're gonna switch out here actually, which shocked me again because I didn't make the mistake of going for Fake Out this time. I actually went for the Ice Punch. I also had Poison Jab and Knockoff on the set, so Knockoff could have been useful. But yeah, Ice Punch does more damage. Ice Punch barely misses the kill, and I was really upset about that. But that actually came back to haunt me later when you'll see. They actually switched out again, which really shocked me. I was kind of surprised because Weavile was going down this turn regardless of what it was hitting. So self-rock damage gets in the Hippowdon, and Ice Punch is gonna finish off the Hippowdon here. However, since Sandstorm and Life Orb, I think will just knock out Weavile in one hit. We trade 1-for-1 here, which was at the time fine for me. Weavile's main job was to just get rid of the Hippowdon. So now my last Pokemon is Mega Beedrill. That's where Mega Beedrill comes in. And they sent out their last Pokemon, well, not their last one, but their last one not revealed, which is Charizard, who takes 50% from Stealth Rock, which is really nice. And I'm assuming this was a Mega, which it was, a Mega Charizard X. And I was really praying that I wasn't going to go for Dragon Dance, because I needed to get my Protect off on iMega evolved, or I wouldn't be faster than this thing. If I'm correct, I don't think Charizard gains any speed when it Mega evolves. It gains a lot of attack, and it gains some bulk, but not speed. Dragon Dance does boost its speed, so I was just hoping. So I went for the Protect, seeing what they were going to do, hoping they would just straight up attack me, which they do. They go for the Flare Blitz. That actually really saved me. And now I'm going to go for the Drill Run, since it's now not a flying type, it will hit, and it's super effective, and it's going to knock out Charizard. So their last Pokemon is Excadrill, laying around 10 health. However, since Stealth Rock is quad resisted, look at this. Yeah, that damage. So I basically hit the game 1. They had Mold Breaker. I'm gonna go for the Drill Run here, and of course they were Choice Scarf, and I didn't know it. So yeah, GG. I thought I won the battle from there. But yeah, that's Mega Beedrill for you. That's it.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, leave a like, follow me on Twitter, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. You won't regret it.